Hello and welcome. You're watching Cricbuzz Live. I'm Gaurav Kapur. With me, Joy Bhattacharya and Zaheer Khan. And the news is that Kings 11 has defeated the Rajasthan Royals. Why I said it in such a subdued manner is because the chase was as subdued as my tone. Wasn't it? Besides the last 2 overs, I don't understand what was going on. It was just.
I think it's to do with Kings 11 batting. I think it's Kings 11. They are as a batting unit is looking little bit of tentativeness is there in terms of the way they're approaching the batting. I think that's something going forward in the tournament for them as you're coming to the business end of the tournament. They need to figure out a thing or two because they're relying too much on the start which they're getting from Chris Gayle and KL Rahul. And like you rightly said, I think today start of the day you said सब कुछ बनाने पड़ेंगे Gayle और
KL को
exactly
और वही हुआ.
So that's so इसी चीज का उनको ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा मुझे ऐसे लगता है कि I think it's very important for Kings to have that kind of confidence, like today's game, short ground, good wicket to bat on. I think they should have looked to finish the game in 18th over. I think and at that stage, if KL Rahul's catch was taken by Sanju Samson or the decision was in favor of
was it Rahul or Stoinis? Was that Rahul's catch? Rahul. Or was that Stoinis?
I'm not sure. I think it was Rahul.
Oh, okay, it was Rahul.
So that was at that stage of the game could have gone either way.
You still haven't told me whether you thought that was out or not. First Zach said it's not out, and then I said no, I think it's out. Then later, I think just to tease me, he said no, it was out.
No, because the soft signal was not out.
So that was the problem, right? Yeah. Because I don't know, on one angle it really looked like he had his fingers below. So, well, anyway, it was the umpire's decision, and the umpire's decision was that it was not out, and then Rahul went on to get his slowest 50 in the IPL as well as his highest score in the IPL after that. So somehow he just switched gears in the last 2 overs.
Yeah, and if you remember, as you talked about before this match, that basically, in every exam you have pass marks. So every exam pass marks is normally 40%. 40% of the runs Gayle and this thing.
They were getting 60 in fact. So first division aa raha tha unka.
First division, now they've come again.
Yeah.
And even if Gayle fails, Rahul gets another.
Now,
so he's
now they're getting distinction.
Now he's getting distinction.
They're inching towards 70%.
They're inching towards 70 actually. We'll check. It might just be that. But my question is that one day, someday, and days will happen like that when there will be 15 for 2. Or 11 for 2.
But the other thing I was wondering about is that the two people your heart goes out today is Ben Cutting and Manoj Tiwari. Both sit like little boys with their bats in hand. They'll be allowed to come and bat. And they just don't get a chance. Poor kids, they sit out there hopefully. Abhi aayega mera batting. नहीं अक्सर जा रहा है. आप बाद में जाओगे. नहीं
that was actually in fact a good move because
left and right.
If you look at it, Aksar has been batting well. I think even the last IPL he's played some valuable knocks. So going forward in the tournament, I think from that point of view, it was a good move because they're still figuring it out. Like they that middle overs, they understand that Kings 11 Punjab in that middle over is getting a little stuck. So they're looking to create something which will just change the momentum of the game and from by that logic, I think that move was good. If they persist with that in the return game of RR, should help because middle order and middle overs has been problematic for Kings 11. If they sort that issue out, then they are a serious threat in the tournament. If they continue to do that, then that inconsistency will not help them, especially going forward in the playoffs.
Let's look at the match summary, how it all ended. It sort of just escalated in the last 2 overs and they wrapped it up really quickly. But there you go, KL Rahul 84-54. This is after I think he got his 50 in 43 or 42
very slow
balls.
50. Really, the damage he did in the 17th and 18th over against Jofra Archer and Jaydev Unadkat, it really made a difference. Till then, it looked fairly normal. In fact, they looked in a bit of trouble that if they got a wicket or somebody went out, they could have been in trouble. Suddenly they went and accelerated.
KL Rahul today has played a more responsible innings. I think going by the last couple of games, where they were able to create the situation, but not really capitalizing on that. He understood the seriousness of the situation, and I think because he was not getting that kind of support from the other end, he took it upon himself to make sure that he's batting there right till the end, and getting his team home.
Yeah, he was always going to take Kings 11 to victory if he batted right till the end. The Rajasthan Royals bowling effort. What did you make of that today, Joy?
See, I don't think they bowled really badly, because 150 on this track to take it even to the 19th over is that they bowled well. I think they bowled reasonably within their plans. What you'll see there though is one of the things is that Archer went for runs,
Yeah.
But you see, you can't really blame him, because I think what Archer is trying to do in this case is take wickets. If you want to take wickets, you will leak a bit more than you normally do. He's a strike bowler. That was his job. That was his that's what he was given. Unadkat, very interesting. 3 overs for 11.
Yeah.
And then goes for 15 in the next one,
Yeah.
So right at the end, sort of the floodgates opened, but it's not, as a bowling effort, it's not bad. I think it's the batting that's let them down. To even take 152 and make this go so deep into the chase is a good effort.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who will be really upset with the Rajasthan Royals batting effort will be KL Rahul. He said 20 run और बना लिए होते मेरा century हो जाता. Right? Because the way he was batting today, he didn't look like he was going to get out. He really didn't. He was really guarding his wicket till the 16th, 17th over, and this suddenly escalated. And this IPL is absolutely fantastic for him. He's the 4th highest run scorer now, as it ends up. I think 3rd he must have reached. 376 runs he's got. His average is good. His strike rate is good. What is that, Joy? What is that? What is the calculation that Simon Dool has where he said this?
So it's basically what you do.
It's the average plus strike rate.
Yeah.
But what does he call it? They call it something.
Yeah, and it has to be over 200 is like a serious number.
Yeah, and this one is well over 200. So
this is a serious number. Anything close to 200 is supposed to be a serious number. This is a very, very serious number.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that there is more responsibility on him. He was playing for RCB. So when you're playing for RCB, you have Virat Kohli on the side, you have AB de Villiers on the side. So that batting you do is a different kind of batting, because you're just going out there and taking those chances. But here he has to actually alter his game, because everything is depending on him. Kings 11 is looking at him batting till the end, scoring those big runs. So that really changes your mindset as well. So that added responsibility has certainly helped Rahul in this season for sure. In terms of the way he is stacking up innings, he's played some super knocks also, and had scored at a higher strike rate. But I think he's realized now that he has to play longer innings rather than just
Today was not about the strike rate. Today was about getting the team home, and in that way it was a very responsible innings from KL Rahul for sure.
I just want to also just put my hand up to say that Ashwin's captaincy has been really interesting in this series. It's the first time he's been entrusted as a captain. The way he's gone about it, like for example, KL Rahul, Gale, giving them time in the middle, right up front, saying that okay, you are my main go-to guys. Zadran, Mujibur Rahman, bowling him early and saying that okay, you are my partnership breaker, you're going to break stuff. Akshar Patel, now he seems twice he's given him at 5, and if this is something consistent, Akshar Patel could evolve to be not just for Kings 11 but for India a very useful batsman if he can bat at that 3, 4, 5, at 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7 that slot.
Yeah.
So I think he's doing a lot of things right, and you have to give it to him, because this isn't the strongest of teams, but he's done a really good job of managing his resources.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's show you now the second most important table that we have in the IPL. The first one, of course, is here. We'll be giving that away later. Miniature red table, but let's show you the second most important table, the points table. Looking very good for Kings 11 Punjab now, because now they've got one game in hand from KKR and 2 points more. So if you keep that in mind, that position looks even better, because potentially they can get another win, which is against Rajasthan. Now, day after tomorrow, they're playing them in Jaipur. Agreed. Difficult to play Rajasthan. Don't look at the fact that they're number 8 on the points table. It's difficult to play Rajasthan in Jaipur. But if Kings 11 can overcome them with the sort of, the inertia they've created today, that means they'll be effectively level with CSK. And you've been talking about CSK and going, they are just an amazing side. They're right at the top. Suddenly you're looking at Kings 11 with them and you go, wait, 1 second. Not only will these guys qualify, they could make a serious play for 1 and 2 now. So suddenly it becomes it's amazing how one game can just swing things from here and there. I know there was a lot of MI and RCB fans that were hoping that Kings 11 doesn't win today so that their teams can stay and play slightly longer. Now I think they're going to be hoping that for all KKR matches, right?
Yeah.
And sorry, Joy. But all the MI RCB fans are going, KKR, please lose all your games.
But MI is playing KKR next now.
Which is what
Wednesday.
they want.
So, that will be a very interesting
They
game.
want repeat of today.
Absolutely.
Yeah, see, that's all. You're absolutely right, because they are now looking definitely threatening at 1 and 2. And if the top 3 then start making a pack, then the next pack is going to congeal. Now the 2 teams who look to drop off early probably are Delhi, you have to say, and RCB.
Yeah.
They're the 2 teams, and maybe if it'll be, I hope that Rajasthan can keep staying in this table for a bit longer, because if they drop out, then it'll become a 2-horse race for 4th place.
Yeah,
but you don't want that.
They are at 8. After this, they can only drop out only of the table. They can't go any low. They got a couple of games in hand, so probably that's what's their saving grace. Tomorrow, Monday, we're talking about RCB. Oh, they don't have an easy game tomorrow because they're playing Sunrisers Hyderabad in their home.
And the wicket is on the slow side, so it's going to be very difficult for RCB, I think. And Sunrisers' bowling attack has been fantastic this IPL. So I think it's going to be a very tough game for RCB.
Yeah.
And tomorrow their fortunes will be decided. I think if they manage to win the game, then they'll be certainly upbeat, because SRH is right at the top of the table. So if you beat the team which is right at the top of the table, certainly going to boost the morale of the team, but it's looking highly unlikely. I think RCB so far is looking that they're not really big on confidence. The doubt has started to creep in, and you've seen it with the last game also. Like their batting has been their strength, but that has not been firing. So that's something which is a big concern, and the wicket in Hyderabad will be on the slow side. Like you've seen it in the last game. So it's very important that RCB bats first there, because I think the team winning the toss in tomorrow's match will be looking to do the opposite of so far whatever happening in the tournament, because that wicket for sure has been slowing down. So I think it's better to bat first on that kind of wicket and put runs on board, and then try and defend it.
Also, I see at some point in time Manish Pandey. If there's ever a chance to give Deepak Hooda a chance in the middle order and say that come in for an innings, play there, get 2-3 innings out there, I think Deepak Hooda, it's about time they give a chance. Also, even for Manish's sake, I think it's important that maybe Manish sits out a game or 2, gets his head in order. Right now, the last time he looked under phenomenal pressure, maybe he needs to go out for a while, clear his head. Other than that, if you look at this order, I mean, the only thing you do is maybe you might say that, okay, I won't play Sandeep Sharma in one match, I'll play Thampi in one match.
Yeah.
I'll do stuff like that, but it's not really changing the basic nature of the team.
Yeah, I mean that you'd only do if you just wanted to give one guy some more airtime.
It's exactly like what CSK Dhoni is saying. We are trying combinations for the playoffs.
Yeah.
While other teams are struggling about the playoffs, we are trying combinations for that.
With SRH, it had happened by chance because of the forced changes. I think Bhuvneshwar Kumar has not been fully fit, so he comes back. Which is
actually he missed 2 weeks of cricket. Boost. It was proper
Thampi,
2 weeks of cricket with his back.
Yeah, and Thampi has been bowling well as well. So so that's something. So that team is looking more settled team and deservingly at the top of the table.
The interesting thing that happened to them is that when Billy Stanley dropped out and they got an Indian pacer, suddenly you realize what kind of gold Indian pacers can give you, because they had 3 Indian pacers in Sandeep, Basil Thampi and Sid Kaul. That allowed them to actually get Alex Hales on top of the order to bolster their batting, and suddenly it's all changed. So it's about how we mentioned it's the Indian players and more importantly the Indian bowlers, because once you get that and Bhuvi, you've got 4 solid Indian bowlers. You can get Rashid and Shakib to bowl your spin, and suddenly you get Alex Hales at the top, and the team just looks just balanced.
Absolutely. And tomorrow, if they go to a really rocket surface and they want to have something else, they'll throw in Brathwaite. Yeah. And he has an all-rounder. He can replace Shakib. He bowls pretty fast, bowls at 140 odd, can really whack it. And he's completely untried. So that's what I'm saying. They're in a situation where tomorrow you might see Hooda play, you might see a Brathwaite play, just for them to say that, look, tomorrow if there's an injury right close to the finals, I have bench strength in place.
Such a good point. A question for both you gentlemen, maybe slightly tough question, but hey, I don't ask no easy questions, man. Is SRH looking like the team with the least amount of chinks in their armor in this tournament?
Right from the auction day, I think it's that squad is looking very balanced. They have the options of in case of injury. They have good replacements. So that's something which showed also in the season, and in spite of Warner not being available, Stanley getting injured, Bhuvi also missed the games. They have created a structure in the team, which they have got replacements for.
Yeah.
So you have one all-rounder spot which is taken by Shakib. You have replacement of that. You have which is Huda, who is sitting out right now. You have someone like Stanley, who's a foreign bowler, but they had replacement for that as well. So they've covered their bases very nicely. And the important thing for them going forward, I think, is Manish Pandey coming to form.
Yeah,
that's going to be the key.
Isn't it? That he's not being able to find the runs.
The middle order, and that's why Alex Hales is come in the team because they're not getting that solid base. And if Manish Pandey starts scoring runs consistently, then at the back end of the tournament, that team is going to be tough to beat.
It's going to be trouble for everybody else. Probably going to be trouble for RCB tomorrow. Let's have a look at the RCB 11 that played in Pune only yesterday, actually, against CSK. You had only Parthiv Patel who got runs in the top. He got a half century. Then you got Tim Southee, who got some quick runs at the back and sort of made every other batsman embarrassed a bit. One change I would do definitely under these circumstances is, if there's any pitch to play Pawan Negi, this is the pitch. I would probably replace Mohammad Siraj, take out Mohammad Siraj, because he's the only replaceable player there. Given an extra spinner, Pawan Negi can bat a bit as well. Because see, this pitch, you need 12 good overs of spin is going to be really useful for you on this pitch. You wouldn't play Washington Sundar? Possible. Either Washington Sundar or Negi for... wait, how many right-handers does this thing have?
Plenty
of right-handers. Then they'll probably go with Negi, the left armour. Yeah, they've got Williamson Hales. They've got at
Manish
4, they've got Manish Pandey, they've got Yusuf Pathan. So the left-handers essentially are Shakib and Shikhar. No, I think definitely. Negi's depending. It doesn't. We don't know how good they're looking in the nets or how practiced they are. But if it was like to like, maybe it was tomorrow is the day to try one spinner out instead of Siraj. Probably Negi. Don't you also have the issue that Negi and Sundar are both kind of low on confidence? Negi's had a few tries, not done well. Sundar has played, I think, 2 matches. He bowled just 1 over each in the last 2 matches that he played. So you have 2 guys who can potentially come in as a spin replacement for a pacer on this pitch, and you'd like that. But they're both sort of low on confidence against a table topping team. I think for RCB, to have some kind of energy being created, they've been winning on individual brilliances. So that's something which they will look for, I think, from this game as well. Someone like Virat needs to play a special innings, or AB needs to play a special innings, or one of the bowlers needs to just create a beautiful spell of fast bowling or something like that. Maybe Tim Southee, who's looked good, but yes, I think both Negi and Washington Sundar has, because of changes being made, because you've been playing a player in a playing 11, and then you're asking him to sit out, doesn't really help in terms of building that confidence. If Washington Sundar plays, I think he's someone who should be utilized in the first 6 overs, because that's what he's been consistently doing. So in terms of mindset, I think he's operating at his optimum capacity when he's put in those kind of situations. So if he plays, then I think the way to use him is with Tim Southee up front, and someone like Umesh as well, like has been a consistent performer. So that's again a catch-22 situation for RCB, because you have Tim Southee who's really good with the new ball. You have Umesh who has been consistently doing well with the new ball. So what to do? How do you accommodate traffic? So basically, RCB is having traffic jams at the top in their batting and their bowling. Yeah. Right? They've got too many openers. They've got too many opening bowlers. And now if Quinton de Kock comes back, then are you going to drop Parthiv again? Because I think he was not available for the last game. No, but the wedding won't finish. Abhi wedding hoga, फिर party hogi, hangover hoga. Sangeet वंगीत नहीं होता है उन लोग का. Sangeet, मेहंदी. There's a lot of things that have to happen. This IPL has been full of weddings. And people missing matches for weddings. And it's not been good for them though. Aaron Finch, he must be looking at his wife and saying, for you, I just about maybe have caused this year of the IPL, because
hey, he's not getting another chance from here.
Not from here. Yeah, not with this team.
But not with Stoinis going well as well.
Yeah, but actually, you know what? If it was an Indian wedding, you could blame your parents because all Indian weddings happen for parents. It's not like the boy and girl have any say in that.
The theory of... So the concept of at least Bengali weddings, most Punjabi weddings is the fact is make the ceremony so unbearable.
Yeah.
So that husband and wife said, I don't ever want to do it again. So if they think of divorce something, they say, nahi, fir se nahi karna hai. Fasting from 4 in the morning, function at 11, strange people coming to visit you, crazy functions. So make it as bad as possible.
From
Lord.
monkey caps to Bengali weddings, he's described everything today.
Punjabi weddings.
Punjabi weddings. Zach, 1 second. You had half an IPL in your wedding as well, so please don't say anything.
Half an IPL?
मतलब 3 हफ्ते तो चला था.
नहीं.
I like this.
I think it was all a blur for me. I'm like, what's going on? But anyway, it's looking like a blur for some of the teams in this tournament. And RCB will be hoping that they can forget the blur that they had yesterday actually against CSK and hopefully sort of revive their campaign against SRH tomorrow. It's going to be really tough. It's going to be really uphill. As far as these two teams are concerned that played in the evening today, they're playing again in 2 days. The two teams that played in the afternoon, they're going to play in a couple of days as well. So they both have their return their return fixtures happening. So they'll just travel together and then play and get to know each other better on the way. The journey, aloo puri, and stuff like that.
Bonding,
like the olden times. Like the olden times how we used to do. All right. So what is left now? It's the most important piece of business. This miniature red table that we have is going to be signed by everybody on the show, and we're going to give this to the winner of the Joy Factor question. The question first, and then we will give you the answer. It was a real head scratcher, this one.
Okay, great sportsman was on the losing side in a Ranji Trophy final in the 40s, despite scoring a big double hundred. Name him, and in which other important domestic competition did he end up with the winning side?
Don't give the answer as yet. First, let's help people decode it because it's a very long question, right? So, with the Ranji Trophy that was played pre-1947, right?
Yeah.
So, therefore, it could feature people of English descent and birth as well.
Yes, and in fact, one such Englishman, a particular man called Dennis Compton, was in that time in the army.
Yes.
And he decided to turn out for the state of Holkar.
Yeah.
And Dennis Compton was an amazing guy. He wasn't just a great cricketer, he was a great footballer, and he played for Arsenal against Liverpool in an FA Cup final in 1950, and he was in the winning side. They
Arsenal won?
Yes.
Liverpool lost?
2-0. Sorry,
I'm
really sorry.
I'm not giving the table away anymore. You're saying Liverpool lost.
But can you imagine in those days, can you imagine today, say, a top cricketer KL Rahul saying, okay, fine, I just scored a double hundred here, now I've got to go play for Manchester United in the FA Cup final. I mean, can you imagine?
Or even Mohan Bagan, right? I mean, just anybody. The fact that you're playing, well, that's quite amazing. So, but what's amazing is how many of you got this right. You all tweeted your answers with the hashtag Cricbuzz Live, and so many of you got this right. We've got a few top winners for the red table. So first, congratulations to all those of you who sent the right answer, Dennis Compton. But there was an added twist to it. The added twist was, if you want to win this special red table signed by everybody, and we know you do, because it's a great memento, and it's going to be worth a lot in a few years, trust me, then you had to write a line as well of why you deserve to win the red table, or why you want to win the red table, or why you would like to have the red table. And here's some of the answers that we got. There were some real rippers. There were some rippers in there. Let's show the first one. Here it is. I need the table to turn on my side like it did for Mr. Compton, from losing to winning, from cricket to football, from India to England. I like what he did there. He gave the answer in this sort of slogan rather nonchalantly. So well done, Rohan C. Naidu. Is Rohan C. Naidu the winner though? Is he the winner?
You're the man, you decide.
We had even better. Let's see the next one. But well done, Rohan. Well done. It's my turn to get the pro stamps of IPL. Fun. The fantastic finds a way to name Dennis Compton in FA Cup and grab you today. So here I am with bated breath, waiting for the joy of Joy Factor to make my day. I've probably used the wrong meter. I think you had a bit of rhyme in there. But Rajdeep, 2609, obviously born on the 26th of September. Congratulations to you. You did very well. So we bow down to you. But according to us, the person who won the table is this entry. Dennis Compton FA Cup, correct. I want a stand where my Iron Man red, Paul Pogba red, Zlatan Ibrahimovic erstwhile red, and De Gea red at heart not shirt. Action figures can be displayed in full glory. Bleed red. Mohammad Fahad 42. Congratulations. I know you won a Joy Factor earlier as well. So obviously you're really on the ball. But today you're also on the table. That's right. I don't know how big you think this table is. I don't think 4 action figures can fit on it.
I am wondering too, yeah.
Yeah, they can't. But you know what? We're giving these away every weekend. So Fahad, come back. Maybe you can win some more. But we really like that you put that bleed red in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this to Zach. Zach, if you could just put your signature on it. And we're going to send it to you, Fahad. So thank you so much to all of you. Thank you for taking part in the Joy Factor. Thank you for all your messages, all the sweet things that you wrote. It's been a really long Sunday. It's been some interesting cricket that has happened here, but we're going to say good night. Not before I say thank you to my guests. Thank you, Joy Bhattacharya. Thank you very much, Zaheer Khan. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks to all of you for watching Cricbuzz Live. Please keep your tweets and your messages coming in with the hashtag Cricbuzz Live. I'm Gaurav Kapur, and on behalf of our entire crew over here, all 86 people who make tables in the afternoon and then work on the show at night.
Are you happy with the shape?
Am I happy with this?
The shape of the table?
I'm very happy with the shape. Is there something wrong?
It's exactly the same shape.
It's exactly. It's an exact replica. Are you doubting the craftsmanship of these talented artisans?
No, I'm just making sure that have you been supervising?
Oh, I'm an ISO 24,000 mark. Once I have okayed something, it is okay. And now I am okaying that it's okay for you to go to sleep because tomorrow morning you have to go to work. But this is the internet, so you could be watching this on a Monday afternoon as well. In that case, concentrate on your work. Good night from me. Bye-bye.